Chat room. Yo, what up? When he start? Don't know. There's a reason I have the starting soon screen, so I can continue to get things prepared even when it is time to start the stream. I might start when I start, that's true. What's up, chat room? It's been a little while since I streamed, but that's mostly because I didn't have episodes to talk about, and I was thinking of doing the save the light stuff like that. I didn't end up doing that, unfortunately, and then I didn't know what I wanted to stream. That might be something. Save the light might be something I do on Twitch and not YouTube, maybe. I was gonna do the extended intro. You're right, but we haven't gotten to the new intro yet. So I might wait to do that. I did say that. I don't remember if I said that I was gonna do it before season 2 started or before we actually got to that one. I think what episode? What episode is the first one where we get the new intro? I don't know. Will you make a compilation of season 1? Okay, here's the thing. I did do that. I spent like a week or more than a week putting together every Gemology episode into one giant video. I rendered it out. It took like a few hours to render out because it was a 10-hour-long video. I uploaded it to YouTube, and it had like 37 copyright claims, and I would have had to go through every single one of those and dispute each one of those and risk 37 times getting a strike on my channel. It's like, I don't know. I didn't know if I wanted to commit to all that and risk like not being able to stream and stuff. After Reformed. That is okay, you're right. It is after Reformed. Now that now that you said that, I remembered that it's weird because the next episode, Amethyst still has her old form, which is kind of weird. If I make streams on Twitch, will you upload them to YouTube? I'll probably put them on a different channel, yeah. I think I had like a Source Master VODs channel. I haven't streamed on Twitch in forever, so I don't remember what happened to that. I think it's still there. Make a playlist for Season 1A and Season 1B. That sounds like a good idea, actually. I had a comment before. Okay, we'll get into the episode. I think it's about that time. I'm also running on only 2 monitors. Normally I have 3 monitors going. And this time I don't. So I feel really claustrophobic. One of my monitors started making this horrible screeching sound. So I unplugged it. And now it's sitting in a corner because it's misbehaving. The crocodile. So I was gonna say, oh, full disclosure isn't in the Gemology playlist. Oh, I'll fix that. I was gonna say, someone wanted me to put, I thought it was a good idea. Someone wanted me to put like season X episode Y in the description of each video. Which I was like, oh, that's a good idea. I said, that's a hella good idea. But then I realized, like, the order of this show is so, like, fucked that that would be a nigh impossible task. This music's a little loud on my end. Let me turn that down just a sec. I'll turn it up for the stream side. There's a lot of questions. Tech dying seems common lately. That's the thing is, I've had that monitor for a good like 10 years. I got a lot of mileage out of that monitor. I think a lot of Crystal Sins was made on that monitor, so that's how old it is. It's again, I got a lot of use out of it. I have a plan. It's in my Amazon cart right now. I want to go to a 4 monitor setup, like stacked. So I have a monitor arm and then 2 more monitors in my cart on Amazon. So I'll do some. There's also, that'll be useful for some other videos. I have some secret ideas for a second channel, my Master of None channel, some of you may know of. 4 sounds overkill, not really for the things I want to do, especially for streaming. 3 was already pushing it for streaming. Like, I need a full monitor dedicated to OBS. Now I feel really claustrophobic in goddamn only 2 monitors. My computer supports like, I think it can do like 12 if I really wanted to. I'll do 4. I'll stop at 4. I don't have an addiction. My cat showed up. What do you want? $12 is also overkill. How do you think McDonald's... Actually, McDonald's only does... they have 3 for their menus. How good is your RAM? You don't need a RAM for video. Steve the cat. Oh yes, speaking of cat, I finally got emails and Discord messages out to the winners of the test. Rather, the people who got the highest score. So, what do you call it? There is now a master patron. There were, I think it was 2 people that I just couldn't contact. And I don't want to give it to, like, the next in line, because then, that would feel like cheating the people who actually earned it out of their thing. Okay, listen, I'm on Blender 5 now. New season, new version of Blender. You can do this now without the timeline freaking out. Isn't that cool? I know the little things in life make me happy, but... Give them shoutouts? Yeah, I gave them shoutouts. Like, they got Patreon memberships. The top one... like, the absolute highest score person got Master Patron membership for a year. The rest of them, or like the next 5, get Apprentice for a month. Been a while since I've been able to come to a stream. It's also been a long time since I streamed, so you're here just in time. I watched we're getting into new Garnet zone. New Garnet appearance in this episode and the next ones. It's like, I don't know, it's weird. It takes a little bit for me to get used to her season 2 onward design again. Are you gonna do a separate playlist for season 2? Probably. I'm gonna continue adding to the current playlist. But yeah, I think I will do like separate season playlists, like season 1A. I think King Alex said that. Season 1A, season 1B, season 2 playlists. So long as I remember to add videos to the playlists. Do you upload parts of your series on TikTok, or is that a reposter? I will say this now for the record. I do not and likely will never have a TikTok account. So if you're seeing people uploading Gemology clips there, it is not me. That's not me. And TikTok's copyright reporting tools are fucking dog shit, and I've tried to get them like removed and nothing's happened after 2 months, so I don't know. Plus it's a little bit of gray area because they're essentially also re-uploading clips of the show, and like I don't know, if you went and uploaded clips of Steven Universe to TikTok, I don't think even Cartoon Network or Warner Brothers could get it taken down. I want to watch Lion do that thing. What is this? Why does he do this? He just fucks off for like really fast. Watch it. He just like, wow, he's gone forever for the whole episode. YouTube's telling me now's a good time to insert ads. Pretend there's an ad playing right now, guys. Because I disabled mid-rolls. He's just being a cat. That's true. Animators find a way to write Lion out of the story. It's just like the storyboard artist like stopped including him, and the animators are like, well, what do we do? He can't just disappear. Well, he can. That would just break continuity. Let's see some of the Greg's like descent into panic attack. Oh my god, ad, Cookie Cat ad. Guacola. I love that they use concentrate. Pepe's Burgers. Dude, I saw that Pepe's Burger commercial and now I wanna eat a Pepe's Burger. Okay, watch. What's that meme from The Simpsons? It's like, look, Lisa, you can find the exact moment where his heart splits in half or whatever. Steven really about to give Greg a panic attack. Doesn't every child give their parent a panic attack at some point by doing something fucking dangerous? What? He's just in the other room just meowing really loud. He wants attention. Not Lion, but my cat who came in here, and he came in here, I didn't like acknowledge him, and now he's like in the other room crying. He does that. He's also like, he like puts on weight like as this is happening. Regular cat behavior, yeah. Does he ever jump on the desk? No, he's pretty good. He's pretty polite about not jumping on the... Now he's sprinting down the hallway. I don't know if you could hear that. He doesn't really jump on the desk. He jumps in my bed when I'm sleeping, and it's really annoying. And then if I can't fucking sleep ever, because if I close the door, he just meows outside my door. If I leave it open, he just jumps into my bed and then leaves over and over. Like throughout the night, he like can't sleep during the night. Of course, a cat is a nocturnal animal. If I get the monitor arm and I have a lot more desk space, I feel like there would be room for cat on the desk. I might get like a bed specifically so he can like lay next to me while I'm doing shit. I do have like an extra office chair next to me that he can choose to sit in, but he doesn't most of the time for whatever reason. There's not a lot visually to look at. I guess the hand ship. Let's get a good look at the broken hand ship in this episode. Need a cat cam? Yeah, if I had a cat bed right next to my computer or right on my desk, so then I would have a cat cam. I think that's a good idea. Steven's ringtone changes key between the end of Jailbreak and the start of this episode. That's that seems like that seems like a huge or like a micro detail that even I would not pay attention to. How close was this ship to destroying the inside of the temple? I also feel like this damage is not as it's like way bigger in this episode than it is in later episodes. I could be wrong. I don't think we ever see gem ships outside of transports. You didn't watch the Lars of the Stars episode with the whatever ship Lars hijacked, the Sun Incinerator. I was gonna say Star Destroyer because it's the same. They're synonyms. And the little fighter that they shoot out from below. Emerald's ship is a battleship. Yeah, I think that's true. Why is it a hand though? Because it was here to grab the cluster. It's gonna dig out the cluster and take it back. I don't think the inside of the temple is in the mountain, TBH. Then where? Then where? Do you think they give other body parts to other gems roaming planets? Yeah, they have eye ships. Red Eye, Roaming Eye. There's another... Yeah, I guess there's another hand... I've been playing I'm getting like more and more flashbacks to Stardew Valley because I've been playing a fuckload of that recently. Mouth ships for making big announcements. Ooh, I like that. That sounds kind of cool, actually. Is there like a good other shot of the... Maybe with Ronaldo pointing at it? No, it's the same shot. That's boring. And now he's doing zoomies. Mind you, this cat is 14 years old and he acts like a fucking baby child. I'm gonna skip through the visuals of this song because there's not a lot to look at. Maybe let's look at the I look at... Is that Teddy Roosevelt? No, that's... Who is that? It's not Roosevelt. What is Ronaldo doing here if the evacuation carpool is like kilometers away? What the hell is a kilometer? We're in America. The show takes place in America. Miles away. Is it Teddy Roosevelt? Hold on, I'm gonna look this up. Teddy Roosevelt. I mean, the mustache and the glasses is what's doing it for me. No, I can't find a portrait of him doing that same pose. I don't know. Also, Connie being like enamored by this mounted bovine head, and Steven's like, dead cow, no. This is, I don't know, this is weird decor because this is like a fancy portrait. And then this is like something you'd see in a fucking roadhouse or a dive bar. Teddy Roosevelt Memorial Diner. Why are Connie and Steven... Hold on, why is this on Steven's phone? Who took this photo? I think that's what we should be getting down to right now. I love this photo. And it's like, who took this? Greg or a bystander / staff. Why would Steven give his phone to like a waiter and say, take a picture of me looking sad while my girlfriend looks enamored. Connie's not his girlfriend at this point or whatever. I don't know. It's kind of weird. And they're at a fancy restaurant and not like no parents or whatever. Maybe it's Greg. Maybe Greg is here. Oh, I wonder if Greg has a cell phone. That's true. Do we ever see Greg with a cell phone? Why is the cow so detailed? Because the background art is always like more detailed. Look at this. This is the largest boat. Wait, is this the Little Lappy? Is this the same boat? Hold on. We're looking this up. The SS Little Lappy. There's apparently a SoundCloud rapper named Little Lappy. What is the name of that episode? Alone at Sea. I'm Googling up the, you can see my mouse moving around because I'm in the same, I can't find like a good wide shot of the boat. Except for after it was destroyed. Hold on, I'm gonna have to dig through the wiki, I guess. The wiki, as much as I hate the current Steven Universe wiki, it's a really good resource, and it's got good galleries. Okay, it's not the same boat. I was hoping it was. It's this. Hold on, open an image, a new tab. This is how it looks in fandom sucks. Yeah. If I had people to run it for me, I would fund an independently hosted Steven Universe wiki. But yeah, this boat looks cooler. It's unfortunate that it's not the same boat. This is her hat that is in the intro as well, right? Wiki's got to move on from fandom. It's so easy to host a wiki, like an independent wiki, that I don't know why there are still wikis on fandom. It's insane. What's wrong with the current wiki? It's hosted on this website called fandom.com, and it's full of ads, and it's slow, and it sucks. Fandom is easy to make and get contributors for. I think it has really good search engine optimization, too. Speaking of websites, chat room. There's a reason why the title of this stream is Web 1.0 edition. And that's because I'm kind of soft launching a forum. Like a forum, like an old school Web 1.0 internet fucking community website. There's a link in the description, or you can go to forum.sourcemaster.net. And that's going to be like a kind of central community location. It's a supplement to the already existing Discord. And kind of a backup, because there's a lot of shit going on with Discord. People might be leaving. If I ever decide to leave, that's going to be kind of a refuge. Source Chan. I ran a poll yesterday on Discord and on Google, not Google, on YouTube, my community tab on YouTube. I was like, do you want a forum, an image board, or a Matrix server? And people didn't know what Matrix was, and nobody wanted an image board. There were maybe like 10 people who voted for that. And then forum won by like 80%. You should post a link, maybe a community post. I'm going to probably mention it in the next couple Gemology videos. Just to kind of get the ball moving. And it's not going to be like just about me. I'm going to have all sorts of boards on the website for like everyone. The Apoke animation, how's it going? We're talking about forums. Matrix would have been neat too. If, for whatever reason, if I totally abandoned Discord, I have Matrix at the top of my list. Everyone on the forum seems cool and talented. I can show what's on the forum currently. Because Vondel is like the only person who made a post other than me. We're kind of stress testing it because it's running on a shitbox computer. I'll show off his art. Did you make this, Vondel? I assume you did. Is that your signature? I haven't paid attention to what your signature looks like. I'm sorry. Yeah. Art of what appears to be a young man who has recently purchased a used van. Yeah, that's mine. Oh, awesome stuff. I like the kind of downgraded, unwrapped. Do you think Greg's van is painted or wrapped? It's old, so I don't think wraps were as popular. I'm sure. I should make like a creative. Here's what the home looks like right now. I only have the 4 boards. I can make more though. I can make like a creative. I can make like other show discussions, game discussions, all sorts of stuff. I set this up. It took me a couple hours. I set it up yesterday. I got it working for sure today. All like emails and IP addresses and stuff are working properly. So yeah, it's pretty fucking neat. So I'll keep like shouting that out, and I will do like, if I do an art board, then I will definitely do like a thread to like showcase art on stream. Like every time I stream, I think that would be a fucking cool idea. Anyway, back to Steven Universe, the TV show. The TV show, the game, the movie, the light novel. I don't like these flashbacks, dude. It's like we already saw all this shit. This wasn't long enough ago to warrant a flashback, is what I'm thinking. This was literally like last episode. I know it's between seasons, but also the way these episodes premiered, it was like not, as far as I remember, it wasn't a long wait after. I don't know. No, it probably was. Entire music video screams early 2010s AMV. 2009 AMV. I didn't watch AMVs back then. I maybe saw like a few on the tail end of that like popularity of that idea. I do think this, like, the face trying to unfuse is iconic. They were back to back in a Steven bomb. That is weird, isn't it? I both watched and made AMVs. I actually made one AMV in my life that ended up on my second channel. About Parasite, the anime. Also, I had to use this frame as the thumbnail. I could have used the crocodile, but the crocodile ended up being this stream's. How do I add images? Why I need to link? You have to upload it at the bottom of the very bottom. There's like an upload files thing, and I think the limit for images is 500 kilobytes. I need to change that. I'll set it to like 4 megabytes, which is that's the limit on 4chan, which I think is fine. 4chan does fine with 4 megabyte. I almost did an image board. I like an image board, but I didn't want to moderate like a thing where everyone can be anonymous. To achieve the true AMV look, you have to use Windows Movie Maker. The oldest video on my channel was Windows Movie Maker. Half-Life Fans in a Nutshell was Windows Movie Maker. I see this. Okay, so Amethyst has her crocodile mouth open, and I see this like light back here, and I think it's like mucus, like drool coming out of the crocodile mouth. It's gotta be 4:3, yeah, in 240p. Yeah, because on YouTube, you couldn't upload videos higher than 480p for a long time, and then 720p. And then the Muppets were the first, it was the first channel to upload a full HD 1080p video. They rolled it out for the Muppets, weirdly enough. That's a weird piece of trivia that I know. I don't remember which video was the first HD video, but it was a Muppets video. .720p was the GOAT. A lot of my Crystal Sins were 720p because I didn't care about HD. Her back teeth are behind her skin. Oh, you're right. That is weird. She's got her lip here. That's not how a crocodile works. Is it? It should be. Yeah, they should be inside the mouth. They just have this, like, lip drawn for some reason. I guess they didn't know, like, oh, how do we connect these teeth to the inside of her crocodile mouth? The game? Yeah, the game is over here. I've learned something about myself, is that I talk about the game without really thinking about it, so I haven't lost the game in quite a while, except for right now where I'm thinking about it and talking about it. Probably a layering error. That's pretty major for a layering error. I feel like this all is one layer, right? She's just shape-shifting incorrectly. That is also possible. Amethyst hasn't studied crocodile anatomy. She doesn't know what a fucking crocodile's mouth looks like. She's definitely not big enough to be a crocodile. Because those motherfuckers can get like 16 feet long or whatever. Yeah, the game. I'm sorry. But again, I like say the game to people without really thinking about it. If you okay, I don't have a webcam, but if you open my phone's lock screen, you know how you can put a little message that that says like if found, please return to XYZ or whatever. You can put whatever text you want there before you unlock the phone. Mine I just set it to say the game. That's how ingrained it is into my fucking into my personal zeitgeist. Everyone loves smear frames and animation errors, right? I love animation errors. They're fun to fucking gawk at and gossip about. Even in this shot, the teeth are still drawn incorrectly. So yeah, if someone finds my phone, they're gonna lose the game, and then they're gonna not steal the phone. You gotta be the crocodile full-time if you want the crocodile moat to work. That is true. You can't, like, stay shape-shifted into a 16-foot, like, terrifying monster for, like, 24/7. You gotta take breaks. You gotta eat a few, gazelles or zebras if you're gonna do that. I like this moment where, like, Connie starts to leave, Garnet walks away, and then Pearl's just still there. She's also, like, cockeyed. Is it, like, this eye is higher than this eye. It's kind of weird looking. She's AFK. Dude, I had, I think the funniest thing I've ever heard a kid say, there, was, like, a teacher at the school that I work at who was absent one day. And he, like, comes in and he, like, grabs, kids to work, like, one-on-one with, do math or whatever. And he was gone one day, so he wasn't grabbing those kids. And a couple kids, 4th graders, said, like, well, where, he's, like, not here today, right? He's like, nah, he's AFK. I thought that was the funniest shit. That was so good. They just, like, just for that specific instance, they're just like, yeah, he's AFK today. I had never heard that after that, which is funny. I don't know. That kid is smart. That you can tell he's smart because he is a PC gamer. And then Garnet has to, like, pull her back into reality and not fucking staring. The higher entity manifesting through her briefly got distracted. What higher entity? The moon goddess? Pearl isn't looking at Connie. Yeah, she's just kind of staring out into the ocean. I want to look at this other scene with Connie running through the... I thought this scene was cool. I didn't really give it much thought until I made the video where it's like Connie literally got to run through the ship that Steven was trapped in. Also, she looks tall as hell in this shot. Connie got to run through the halls of the ship that Steven was trapped in. She's tall? Yeah, I don't... She just looks skinny. Like, I don't know, the dress is drawn... I think it, like, it's normally, like... This is normal proportions, right? Normal poofiness. And then it, like, turns into a Marge Simpson dress for, like, just this frame, basically. I don't know how else to describe it except for a Marge Simpson dress. This is a cool sequence. It's so, like, blink and you miss it sequence, too. Also, there's probably rubble in there that you would have fucking easily smashed your toe on if you were running through that. The hallways are kind of shaped like gems. Are they? I guess there's like a diamond kind of, if you, yeah, like a diamond or, what does topaz look like? Makes sense. Pearl's talking to the other person inside Pearl's pearl. What is the likelihood that an entire hallway remains intact like that? You've seen planes crash, right? Like big planes, most of the fuselage, which is the main large central part of an airplane, usually stays in pretty good shape. So I would say pretty high likelihood. Ships are made of the same material as warp pads. That is a good... That's a good point. So it is kind of like glass or like ceramic. I guess glass... Is glass a ceramic? Wish we saw them repurpose some of the rubble. That... Yeah, I would like that. Like they did Peridot's escape pod. They Pearl tied it to the warp pad to like track warp activity. Glass is glass. Is ceramic glass? Hold on, what's glass versus ceramic? Apparently this. I guess ceramic is like crystalline and glass is like random structure. Because it cools rapidly. There's a lot of different things that can be glasses. Yeah, I guess any mineral that doesn't have... any mineral that... like solidifies and doesn't have like a crystalline internal structure is a glass. Like obsidian is a type of glass. Which also technically makes it not a mineral, because a mineral, to be a mineral, you have to have a crystalline interior structure. So I guess glass and mineral are like two sides of the same coin. If it's a hand, does that mean other parts of the body? We have gone over this so many times that I feel like I need to not mention it when it gets brought up in chat. Because we'll just talk in circles about other body part ships. Which is, I don't know, it's cool to imagine, but we've talked about it so many times, or I've talked about it so many times, that it's getting redundant. It's getting repetitive to me. Also, this is the outfit that Connie had in her debut episode. Connie would have a flip phone? Yeah. Her parents aren't going to give her a fucking smartphone where she can get on the internet and get, like, groomed by, fucking Roblox people. I don't know. They're not going to give her a phone where you can play Roblox and get addicted to Roblox and then get groomed by, predators on Roblox. Pragmatic and overprotective parents. I would do this. If I had kids, I would probably do the same thing until they were like fucking 13 or 14, or I just said save enough money to buy your own smartphone kind of thing. Do people still play Roblox? To bring this up, I work at a school, so yes. And it's shocking. It's actually not shocking because Roblox is It's still like one of the biggest game platforms. I love this angry crying is kind of one of my favorite emotions to see cartoon characters in. Roblox is fun but has shitty moderation. Speaking of shitty moderation, I'm gonna have to go get I'm gonna have to take applications for forum moderators because I don't want to be the only guy moderating. Sourcemaster forum.sourcemaster.net. I'm also gonna move it to just sourcemaster.net at some point. Roblox seems unkillable. I don't know. It seems that way, right? It's definitely not. It's definitely gonna fall at some point. But it's such a huge like behemoth. It's like Steam basically. If I could compare it to any other platform, it would be Steam because it's like this huge game platform, marketplace, chat, social thing. Outsourcing? Hell yeah. Outsourcing moderation for the Source Master forum. I never got the chance to like make games in Roblox because I'm running on Linux, so I can't run the editor. It seems like a cool platform to edit for, a cool engine. I prefer Godot. I feel like I have a lot more freedom though, because once Roblox shuts down, you like any of your games hosted there are just going to be gone, and you won't be able to use the studio editor and stuff like that. Okay, I'm going to show you this thing. Look at Connie's arm here, right? It's going down here. And then it's like... Why is her arm like that? I pointed it out in the video. And, let me see, can I... That's like a really long monkey arm, right? I don't want to think of that. She has snake arms. Yeah, it's kind of crazy to look at. That I don't know, I see this image and I'm like, what is wrong with your arm? I thought, like, someone in the comments of the video said, like, that's... Like, they were thinking that I was talking about Steven's arm, but no, I'm talking about Connie's arm. Because, holy shit. Now, how do I get rid of the, Can I make this, like, thicker? Yeah. Is there another way to draw this? Is there, like, a... Is there, like, a better way? Okay, so what if it goes down and then up like this? It's still, like, really long and lanky. No matter what, it's just not correct. Like this, it should be like that, right? That would make a lot more sense. But instead it's like that, and it's very strange to look at. They mess up the perspective so badly, yeah. Not often does this show have problems with perspective. If I get problems with perspective, I will talk about it. The milk tears, yeah. He's crying out milk. I don't like the gross, like, people... I don't like gross snot crying Steven. I don't like it. I don't like it when his nostrils are flared. It's creepy. The Binding of Steven. Dude, I've been playing Mugenics. I bought it yesterday and I've been playing a little bit. Now I got that soundtrack stuck in my head. Like the boss music, the first boss. He does have a pig nose. Eugenics is good. Okay, when does this van get fixed? First of all, someone pointed out in the comments, Greg also has a pig nose, to be fair. He's actually, if you, with this low detail, it looks like he just has a hole in his nose, like one giant nostril. I know it's just, if you zoom back out, it looks fine. In Space Race, right? Pearl cuts out a big rectangle out of his van. And I don't remember when that gets patched. I think it just, like, magically, mysteriously gets fixed after the end of the episode. Crying Steven looks like Radicles from OKKO. I don't know. Is it the nose? I don't know. Are we talking about this frame? I didn't watch enough OKKO to really know, though. She might have welded it back in place. They would have had to repaint the decal, right? She's proven to be a good mechanic, but a good artist? Like, welding, I would say, is closer to sculpting than it is to mechanics. I don't know much about welding. I've never welded in my life. I won't even make the at least not professionally joke because I've literally never welded. Of all the things, of all the materials that I've worked with, I've not worked with metal very much. Also, the wheels? Yeah, the wheels are easy. They like, she could just bolt those back on. They would have had to find them because the ship exploded, right? This is like a Dodge. This is Chrysler Motors. Like, they probably still make OEM rims and everything. Maybe. If not, then you can get some aftermarket rims and put those together. It's fine. That's a more mechanical thing. Also, they got the glass fixed on the big donut pretty fucking quick. Because earlier in the episode, way back, where Steven goes, everything's fine now, and he pushes his hand through the door that's not a door. Also, why is he pushing the pull door? That's a pull door, and you know how I know is because it's a fucking building code violation if the door doesn't swing outward. You can't do that on a fucking money laundering front because they're gonna get your ass for building code violations. How can they continue their money laundering activities? That's true. They would have had the money and the capital and the physical resources and human resources to put this glass back together in like a day, probably. It would be some like fucking guys in plain gray jackets, and they would just like bring out some glass out of a van and put it in instantly and be done. Did the door push open in other episodes? I will have to check that because I don't know. They put up the same flyers on the windows? Yeah. I mean, those flyers wouldn't have been damaged. It's just the glass that got broken by the, It's not like there's a fire or anything. Glass damaged by the initial shockwave. They put up the original decal. They got the flyers, the current deals going on. There's these mysterious newspaper boxes that I've never acknowledged before. What kind of... One of them's got the Beach City Bugle. The other one's got the like regional newspaper, right? Also, Beach City Bugle was a like a Steven Universe news site that I used to follow, and they stopped posting a long time ago. It's still up, weirdly. I guess the idea is you go to the Big Donut, you get a coffee. You get a coffee if you're from up north. And you grab a newspaper and you sit and drink your coffee and eat your donut and read the paper. Do you think like Gen Alpha don't like know what these are? Any Gen Alphas in the chat who have never seen these machines before? Coffee, yeah, you get some coffee. Who's that guy, Vic something? Vic DiBattista, is that his name? Where he goes in the gas station or the fucking deli or whatever, he says, "Anyone want coffee? I just made some coffee. Anyone want coffee?" Coffee, green tea. Yeah, I know that video. I don't know what anime that's from, but I know that video. Lars is here doing fuck all. Also, why is Sadie mopping the sidewalk? What is this? That's not a broom. She's mopping. She's just pretending to be busy because they're doing their fucking money laundering operations inside. They've got like they got organs and drugs. Cocaine. You think it's cocaine mostly? Probably. I only know what these are because they're outside of a small restaurant where we go vacationing. I want to get one of these and turn it into a little free Blockbuster and put a bunch of DVDs in there. You ever heard of little free libraries? People will buy these and like put books in and people will just be able to grab them. I want to do a little free Blockbuster for movies, shows, DVDs, you know. What are they? If you don't know what they are, I'm not going to tell you. Like, you're going to have to learn that naturally. If you don't know, that's kind of the point I was getting at, is like, I even said what they were like a couple minutes ago. They make a joke, everything is fine, like Beach City doesn't implode every 10 chapters. And everything is fine is the literal next next episode. That's true. It kind of isn't, though, because there's still a lot of debris. Also, Mr. Smiley doing the carabiner. Why won't it play? What the hell? It won't play. Come on. Okay, whatever. I'll just have to keep scrolling. Oh, the fucking Mayor Dewey statue is still there. I forgot that was a thing. Continuity. Beach City is nuked and Washington still hasn't responded. Yeah, Washington, they didn't send, or Delmarva, the state, hasn't sent the National Guard in yet to, like, clean anything up. Everything's fine. The city exploded and it was shot with a big fucking hand laser, but it's fine. I'm also noticing we are in season 2 now, and there's a lot of like more detailed background. That's why I'm having more fun looking at the background art. Even this art looks fucking awesome for no reason. It does not. It's not a piece of art, background art we've seen at all before. But it's like, it's awesome to look at just because it's, I don't know, it's just a different angle. It's cool. It's the hill that goes up to the state highway. Highway 13. Wait, this is north? Oh, wait, it doesn't matter. North, whatever. This might not be north, but the highway will go north at some point. It's almost surreal with how sloped it is. Yeah, I think it's a perspective thing too. I've seen roads that are steeper. I've been to San Francisco. You don't think I've been to San Francisco? With their fucking 90-degree roads that go straight up and down. Putting a fence on a sidewalk like that is crazy. I've seen worse, I suppose. Certain cities with like really shit building codes will just let you cover up the whole fence and then the cyclists can't get by. Because I feel like this road is running straight east to west, right? Because it would be parallel with the way the temple's facing. So because the temple faces directly to the east. Also, Buck sitting in the driver's seat. He do be driving the mayor mobile. He might be mayor someday. Thoughts on liminal spaces? Not backrooms entity stuff, just regular, mostly empty digicam photos. I don't really get the hype. I thought it was cool initially. I was like, oh, the word liminal. I learned what the word liminal means. I guess I don't get the hype of like what the internet sees in a liminal space, like evoking a feeling or whatever. Oh, they took down the dog copter billboard. He's gonna be a doctor in like 25 years. I don't see Buck being a doctor. Maybe a lawyer, but not a doctor. Or he'll be a shrink. If you've seen the video on Patreon, you might know he'll be like a psychologist. Or a fucking professor even. It's a bunch of hilly and mountainous terrain that is not realistic. In real life, it is flat as hell. Yeah, you don't really get into the mountains. This does seem like more like West Coast terrain. I think they just had to do some creative liberty to make it, you know, to make the terrains like be more visually interesting for the show itself. They took some creative liberty and made it look kind of West Coasty. It does look cool. Yeah, I think rule of cool applies. I think rule of cool applies whenever you're making like a show, like a cartoon. Also, holy shit, Greg's car wash was like mere feet, yards away from being totally smashed. You know what? Someone in the comments of Jailbreak said that Pearl set a course to crash. Like, before the ship crashed, Pearl set a course back to Beach City, right? What if Pearl was setting a course to get Greg's fucking car wash destroyed, but was off by like a couple of degrees? Not degrees, but like tenths, hundredths of a degree. She did it on purpose. That's my conspiracy theory for the day. Pearl murders Greg theory. Yeah, but she knew that Greg was evacuated. She just wanted like petty revenge and smashing his fucking livelihood. Guess you don't have a job anymore. Guess you'll have to live with Steven again. In the house that you technically probably own. I like to think that she didn't do it on purpose. Her hatred for Greg is just second nature. Like, she just instinctually put in coordinates for Greg's fucking, Greg's car wash and just was off by, like, a few hundredths of a degree. I didn't know car wash was so close to the temple. Yeah, the car wash is the closest building to the temple, really. But the big donut is a little bit farther by, like, a few feet. If you're gonna fucking count steps. I think if Pearl wanted Greg dead, she would have done it, like, ages ago, right? I think the you know, dedicating herself to Rose Quartz and, like, upholding her, we gotta protect all life on Earth prevents her from doing that. Oh, I had never looked at this face before. Oh. What the hell face is this? Sorry, I'm derailing. I love how they draw the ocean. Let me look at the ocean one more time. Just like the little shininess in the... You can tell that there's like a wind blowing because it's not perfectly even. It's just... But it's very smooth looking. Weirdly, it's mostly smooth throughout the whole show. I don't see the ocean ever like choppy. This is like Steven had a fucking peanut allergy, or he got like stung in the chin by a bee. What's that Smiling Friends thing where it's Charlie's like, no, I think it's just a cold, or it's like it's just allergies or whatever. Yeah, it's just allergies, but he's like poisoned by the fucking the witch or whatever. He ate too many warheads. I never thought warheads were that bad. Are warheads really that bad for other people? Like, there's this initial hit of sour, and then it's gone after, like, 2 seconds. He looks like a Muppet. Yeah, a little bit. It's the eyes. He looks like fucking, Cookie Monster with those eyes. Connie's showing off her newly finished Steven Muppet. That's what it is. That's why she's got her hand down here going up through the bottom, puppeting his face. He eated a bee. He does look like a Muppet. This is just the Muppet Steven. Now when I go to America just to have American candy, you won't like American chocolate. A lot of people who come from Europe or Asia or Australia or whatever, I don't know about Australia, but people don't like American chocolate because they put some like preservatives in there that taste bad. Unless you get Ghirardelli. They don't do that with Ghirardelli. If you get chocolate in America, get Ghirardelli because it's that's probably the best one. I had some chocolate from Aldi the other day, and I'm like, why is it so good? Why is this chocolate so much better than like other like cheap chocolate that I can buy around here? And I look at the package, I look at the fucking bar, and it says on the back, it says made in Germany. It wasn't even American. It was German. Now I understand. This is Garnet on a bad trip. I wonder what Cookie Monster looked like before the corruption blast. That's pretty good. Aldi is magic. Yeah, I think Aldi is so... I never discovered how like great Aldi is until like a year ago. Now I go there for like all of my groceries. She looks like Darth Vader? What? Her eye looks like a mouth. Yeah, she looks like a fish. She's got like fish lips, and these are the eyes. And then this is like a... I don't know what that is. I don't know. This is funny. All these nuts. All these nuts. Shit! Fuck! You made me say... That probably hurt. That hurt me. Aldi is nuts. I got on stream. Shh, god damn it. Okay. I'm gonna ban you for... No, I'm not banning you. I got. I never get got. I'm mad now. No, that was funny. I read it. I just read it. You know, it's... I have a bad habit of just saying shit sometimes. Is this the same? This is the same Pearl that, like, is excited to teach Connie sword fighting, by the way. A lot of people like posting someone's gonna clip it. Wait, there's 2 pearls in this shot. Look. I told you, it's season 2. We got more detailed shit in the background. I don't think I've ever seen this pearl photo except for Monster Buddies. Which this photo got melted in Monster Buddies. Did they have a backup? Did they take a new one? It couldn't have been a new one because this is Pearl's old form. They had 2 identical portraits of Pearl. Why does Pearl get a portrait? None of the other gems. Pearl had another in her gem. Yeah, just in case she, like, forgot what she looked like, she can pull it out and be like, that's me. That's what I was at one point. Why did the music stop? Oh, it got creepy. Hold on. Where's the Adventurers Guild? I like that one. Hold on. The library. No. Am I stupid? I can't find the track. Why doesn't... If I put it on loop and I put it on shuffle, why does it not loop? It just gives up at a certain point. I don't know. We're just going with the luau. Yeah. Okay. Also, Connie is absolutely, like, blind and deaf. Helen Keller asks Connie here. Also, Steven comes from nowhere. Unless he's, like, flat against these blinds. I didn't mention it in... I was almost going to make a point about this in the video, but, like, check out where Steven is. He's on this side of the house, right? Then he looks over here. Unless he, like, in this shot, sprints to the other side. Which Connie absolutely would have seen. He should still be behind this wall. And then Steven is, like, kind of, like, invisible here. Like, you can't see him from this angle because he might be, like, pressed up against this wall. And then he does a Scott Pilgrim here and, like, just walks out behind her instead of doing the obvious choice and going out this window. Does this window open? This would have been the obvious choice if this window does open. Steven can turn invisible confirmed. Whatever happened to that invisible gem that they kill in Island Adventure and it never shows up in Future or the movie? I want a gem. Maybe Lars of the Stars can do this. A gem that can do invisible. Can turn invisible on and off. He went into Connie's mindscape and made her not notice him. Maybe she does show up and you just can't see her. I mean, you see a floating gem walking around. It's like, oh, that's weird. Why is there a floating gem? Any floating objects, past, future, can just be explained by invisible gem. Okay, I'm gonna run a poll. Chat room. I gotta settle this. Once and for all. Not once and for all, but I just wanna know people's thoughts on this. Is Giant Monster Steven corrupted? Or is it just something different? I'm gonna just run a poll. Is Godzilla Steven corrupted? Or is it just like shape-shifting? And it's like his powers are acting all fucky. No. A lot of no's. 72% no. I personally, I don't think it's corruption. Because he doesn't do any of the things that it took to uncorrupt everyone else to go back to normal. Not to mention, he didn't get zapped by anything for that to happen. He didn't get hit by some kind of wave of light by the diamonds. He just did it to himself. I think it's its own thing, much like the rest of Steven's powers. It's like his own thing. Like it's all fucked. Godzilla Steven is just like his aging power in Too Many Birthdays. So when Steven gets old enough, is he gonna like pupate and like grow into Godzilla? That would be cool. I want to pupate someday. I want to grow wings or something. I want to pupate, and I want to grow, like, an extra pair of legs and, wings. I think that would be sick. Odd question, slightly off topic. Do you like story-based games that have decision-making? You give me heavy Life is Strange vibes. I've never played Life is Strange, and no, I don't really play those kinds of games. I don't know. Like, story-heavy games, I would rather read a book than play a game for a story. Also, current book I'm reading, I returned World War Z to the library today, and I'm currently reading oh, my phone's going off. Project Hail Mary, which has a movie coming out next month, so I had a teacher recommend it to me, and she told me it was awesome. She, like, personally recommended it because I was reading sci-fi. She said it was really good. So far, it's really good. I'm just under halfway through, and it's definitely a page turner. Yeah, I got the Zelda notification tone. I have a cousin who, like, gets pissed off because she's playing Tears of the Kingdom and hears the pickup sound whenever I'm around. What else is there to look at in this episode? Also, I haven't been paying attention to how long I've been streaming. I've just been enjoying myself because it's been a while. I think I'm going to get hungry at a certain point because I didn't have supper yet. I'm going to get hungry and want to stop the stream just to eat something. I guess I want to look at Destroyed Beach City. Look, it's those things again that one chat member doesn't know what they are. What are they? Mysterious alien machines. World War Z had parts that aged very well and parts that aged very bad. I think the part about Israel allowing Palestinians in for quarantine is the most poorly aged part of that book. That's a washer and dryer. You could be right. That is possible. And I'm not talking about World War Z, the movie. I'm talking about the book. The book is entirely its own thing versus the movie. Newsbox, yeah, you got it. I never paid attention to these stores. Are these other shirt shops? What is that? High Tide. Probably a shirt shop. If I don't know what a building is in Beach City, it's probably a shirt shop. Also, this guaranteed, this is a shop, right? This above it is a fucking timeshare. That's absolutely what this is. It's a little shitty, like, one bedroom studio apartment timeshare that people are paying out the ass every year to visit 2 weeks a year. Kofi's sign remains intact. No Garnet here to smash it. Garnet's the only one who's ever destroyed the Fish Stew Pizza's sign. How much money must have been spent rebuilding all this damaged infrastructure? I want to know how much of the money was forked up by the gems from Amethyst's, like, safe. Or her pile of doubloons. Pieces of 8. Or whatever. How much is a piece of 8 worth today? Hold on. I'm gonna look up shopping, piece of 8. Oh, it's like $6. That's not much. I always thought a piece of 8 was like a gold coin or something. Apparently, it's just like like tin or whatever. What is a piece of 8 made of? I guess I should look that up. A Spanish dollar. It's silver? Huh. That seems inexpensive for silver. I wonder how Beach City's economy runs when we have seldom seen all that many tourists. Too expensive to draw unique tourist models. I think you hit the nail on the head there. Is that they didn't want to, with this show's style, with how detailed the characters are, they didn't have the resources to make tourists in every shot outside. Just the way the show's animated with the... Without, like, rigs, you know? It's all hand-drawn. And then when they do... In hand-drawn shows where they do have background characters... Like Family Guy, for instance. People complain that they're, like, still and they don't do anything. And it's like, what do you want? You want them to move? That's gonna cost you fucking $1 million more per minute of of show. Let's watch Greg have a panic attack again. I think that's reasonable. I wonder if there'd be people in this world who travel to Beach City because they know about the gems. I talked about that in Keep Beach City Weird. I'm like, where are all the paranormal, like, ghost hunter YouTubers that like want to see these magical paranormal beings that live in Beach City, Delmarva? They get into... the Beach City is known for monster attacks, real life. This fuck-ass named Ronaldo keeps posting these videos of these monsters that show up in Beach City. Even if it's normal history to them, there's lots of people interested in normal history. Yeah, it's like... I find history fascinating. I like looking at old cities and being like, what developed here? What's, like, unique about this city? And it's like, you find the same kind of stuff in, like, tiny little towns like Beach City. It's like, there's something... There's gotta be a reason for this town to be here. And in Beach City's case, it's that there were these magical beings living there. And I feel like that would be a cool fucking thing to research. And it's shocking to me that we don't hear any such things in this show. There's this, like, hole in the world building here on the human side that's just empty. There's just details that are missing. I did some historical research for a nearby city where I live, and apparently it's you could probably Google this. There was they had to build a tunnel, not a tunnel, but like a sewer, I guess a sewer tunnel, to redirect a creek, like a whole creek. They put the whole creek underground. That spanned like a huge distance underground, and before they opened the water to it. They put a bunch of tables. They strung a bunch of lights down in there, and they had a fucking banquet with music and everything. And there's photos of this like sewer banquet, and it was wild. It was so cool. And I learned how to read microfilm. If any of you know what that is, like microfiche or microfilm, to look at old newspapers. It was so cool to do that. I like looking at old my favorite thing of doing that, actually, that I didn't expect to enjoy, was to look at old like advertisements in newspapers. I think that is cool as hell. You know how people do people on not on YouTube, on Twitch, like Vinesauce or Germa, they watch like old 90s or 2000s commercials. Why not go to the like 1920s and look at newspaper ads? I think that would be fun as hell as a like stream segment. I wanna like crowdsource that. Get a bunch of people to send in like really old like cool newspaper ads. That would be fun. I agree. Maybe we'll start a thread on the forum. The forum.sourcemaster.net. For those of you who weren't here when I mentioned it earlier, that's why we have the Web 1.0. Forum.sourcemaster.net. Check it out. I'll be adding more boards and more forums and stuff to it. Dallas site here, the place where JFK was assassinated, used to be a riverbed before the city engaged in a huge infrastructure project to redirect the flow of the river. That's cool as hell. I love shit like that. Like the I mean the one everyone knows is like reversing the flow of the Chicago River for the purpose of shipping. And I feel like that's the most famous example of like doing infrastructure shit, you know. I'll zoom all the way. Yeah, I already zoomed in these. How did pieces get over here though? I guess they just got launched straight up and then fell straight back down. Instead of Lars of the Stars, I would have preferred a Crystal Gem or Rose Quartz show showing her stories and all that. I have been saying the same thing before Lars of the Stars came out. Like, I wanted a Rose Quartz sitcom is basically how I pitched it. Maybe Rose Quartz and Greg. Like, Rose Quartz doing gem shit, handling gem monsters and all that. I also think that Rose Quartz did like mercy killings on gem monsters instead of fighting them. She would like talk to them and get them to calm down before doing like a mercy killing, kind of. That's how I always pictured Rose Quartz handling gem monsters. I guess I never looked at the interior shot of the big donut. It doesn't look any different. It's just broken. And all the cups, the cups are still there. All the lids got raided. And the fucking napkins below. You know, all those lid thieves. Everyone's got cups and nobody's got lids, so they just come in and they loot the lids. Either that or it's fucking Lars not restocking. I'm hoping by the time you finish Gemology in its entirety, I come to appreciate Lars more. At the moment, I understand he's important to the show. He's not really important to me. Interesting take. It was Onion? Yeah, it probably was. I'm not going to fact check this, but I don't remember seeing Onion in the evacuation convoy. So it's probably onion. I love that because it implies after Rose was gone, the other crystal gems maybe tried talking to the monsters a couple times, failed, and then concluded, okay, no, we have to beat them up. They just don't have the charisma to talk down a gem monster, you know? Rose Quartz, I've determined that in Story for Steven that Rose Quartz and Greg both have a 10 in charisma. Not a 10, a 20. They've got maxed out charisma. So yeah, Rose Quartz could have talked down a gem monster. But I don't think any of the other gems can do that. I think Amethyst has the next highest charisma, which is probably only like a 14, right? Which, that's pretty good, but it's not Rose Quartz good. Food Monthly. Greg only had charisma around Rose? Does she have like a passive area of effect like buff to charisma? When did Greg not have charisma? He passed the charisma check on Blue Diamond, right? And then got abducted, but he didn't get squished or anything. But he was able to like enter a dialogue with Blue Diamond. I feel like that's worth something. Best pizza in Beach gay? Okay, I see it. I kind of see it. The real test is charisma against yellow. Yeah, yellow has, yellow would have to make, like, an opposed, like, diplomacy check against Greg, and I think she's got high diplomacy. Not diplomacy. She would have to do a sense motive, probably. If I'm like going back to like DMD 3.5, those are the skills that come to mind. There's a lot of like talking skills in that game, weirdly. I do want to look at this angle of Beach City yet again. This is the clearest I've ever seen this like pier, the docks. First of all, it's like low tide. Anyone who had a ship moored here, it would be beached. And I still don't see that fucking restaurant. If Spinel can make Yellow laugh the shit out, then Greg can use his charm on her. True. The old universe charm. Blue definitely has the best voice out of the diamonds to listen to. I'm gonna get to that song during the zoo arc. What's the use in feeling blue? I really don't like Yellow Diamond's part in that song. I really just, that makes the song not very good in my opinion. And I think a lot of people are gonna fucking hate me for that because a lot of people love that song, and I don't know, her voice is very grating. And that song is kind of, I don't know. I've heard a lot of people say it undoes her character a little bit. And I kind of agree. Isn't that all yellow and the pearls? Yeah. I don't mind the pearls. The pearls were, like, funny. But Yellow Diamond's, like, she doesn't have her singing voice down until, like, the movie, right? The very first song in the movie. I'm gonna complain about the water tower again. No, I'm not. I'm gonna leave. I've ranted about the water tower enough. Okay, I've put the tank up here. Don't put it on stilts. That's all I got. Okay. No more water tower rant. Also, look at how tiny Funland looks from this perspective. This does not seem correct because this Ferris wheel is like the same size as some of these buildings. Maybe that's accurate though, I don't know. They could be a really small Ferris wheel. But this little roller coaster is literally like it's tiny compared to a house. I can appreciate the movie and future for what they are, but they don't live up to the original show. That's kind of where I'm at. And I didn't like Future all that much. I feel like it was it pivoted too much from what the original show was. And I'll have more to say about that when I get to it. I feel like I'm not gonna hate it as much once I actually get to it in Gemology, but it's still probably not going to be at the same level as like what we are right now. I think the movie, I don't know, I think of all Steven Universe like media, the movie is the thing that I've seen the least. Other than like Onion Trade, right? I have a couple strong opinions about the movie. I guess my opinions about the movie aren't very strong. I feel like that's because I haven't seen it enough times. Also, I didn't realize how, like, stumpy Steven looks in this shot. Why is he so stumpy looking? He's like a dwarf. Not like a dwarf person with dwarfism, but like a fantasy dwarf. I don't like Spinel as an idea. I can see where you're coming from. I've heard that, I've heard the argument against Spinel a lot. And that also ties into the same people who say Rose Quartz was a bad person. Because of abandoning Spinel. I don't know. It's weird. Still can't believe the movie was so short. Cartoon Network thought it was 20 minutes too long. How long was the Steven Universe, the movie? I'm going to compare it to another Cartoon Network movie. Hold on. Steven Universe movie. IMDb. Where is IMDb? Where is IMDb? Where is IMDb? It is 1 hour 22 minutes. Okay, now Ed, Edd n Eddy. Ed, Edd n Eddy Big Picture Show was 1 hour and 27 minutes. So they're about on par with each other. Which is not feature length. To be feature length, you have to be 90 minutes long. So neither of those were feature length films. Meaning they getting a theatrical release was out of the question. I feel like no. Now that I say that, I feel like I've seen shorter movies in theaters. Not like gone and watched shorter movies, but I've seen run times that are shorter. I want to see brooding, angry, film noir Steven. He's too colorful to be film noir. I don't like the rejuvenation, its implications in the way they handle fixing it. Maybe I'll save that for the forum. Yeah. Join the forum. Forum.sourcemaster.net. If you're not part of it already. I'm gonna look I'm gonna take a little peek at how many members we've got now. Oh, got a lot of people. Gage M is in there. He's one of the journeyman patrons. Some people that I definitely recognize so far. I'm gonna do a few more announcements. Again, I'm gonna mention it at probably the beginning of the next couple Gemology episodes, and then I'll just continue announcing it at the end of like during the patron shoutouts and stuff. To do all that YouTuber stuff. I like to build a community there. And not just around me, right? It's just around a bunch of stuff. I don't want it to be me. That's boring. I want to participate rather. Of course I'm going to own the website. But I want like conversations to just exist on there. Can you pin the forum somewhere? I will pin it on Discord for sure. Either today or tomorrow, I'll also make a community post on YouTube. No narcissistic stuff. Yeah. Anyone can say something. And then I'll also take, like, open suggestions for, like, other forums, other boards that I can add. Connie didn't lead in with, Garnet, you look different. Garnet, you look more purple than usual. And you've got pointier shoulders. Off topic and or photos. Yeah, I can do I'm going to up the limit for photos. I'm going to have to probably get a larger hard drive for that computer at some point. Let me pull up the specs for that computer. Why the hell not? Let's see. I gotta SSH into it. Hold on. Open my NeoFetch. Here's the specs of the fucking server computer. It's a shitbox HP from like 2012. Hold on. There we go. It's got no monitor hooked up to it. I'm just I don't know. It's Ubuntu. It's an HP Compaq Elite 8300, whatever all that is. If you want to look that up and look at how like shit of a computer it is. It's got a 3rd gen i5 in it. It's perfect. It's a perfect box to run a forum on. I have one of those. They suck. Oh, not for web hosting. Not for hosting a website. This is probably like the best hardware I could have asked for a website. It's not even using 1/10 of the memory. That's awesome. Okay. Are those the colors it can show? I don't know what the colors are in NeoFetch. Because it can show whatever colors it feels like, I think. It's just... I don't know. I don't know enough about the terminal. How like a bash works. I don't know much about bash. The way Pearl is drawn, it looks like an internet parody. Wait, let me go back to where we were. We were looking at this before. It was like she's cockeyed. It's like one eye is looking in a different direction. One eye is looking directly into the camera. Actually, it looks like both eyes are looking directly into the camera, kind of. It's like, you know what you did? You know what you did. Yeah. Anyone else have a Gateway PC growing up? I think my parents had a Gateway PC. Does Gateway still exist? That's like a flashback. That's a flash to fucking mid 2000s, isn't it? Simpsons. Yeah, the Simpsons did like cockeyed characters a lot. They're not really looking at anything a lot of the time. I have a spare gaming laptop that I'm not sure what to do with. I don't need it for gaming anymore. I have a desktop now, so the laptop is just sitting there. I'm in exactly the same boat. I have this cool-ass gaming laptop, and it's a gaming laptop, so the battery life sucks. Like, to do anything on it, you need to be plugged in. So it's basically a really shitty, tiny desktop computer. So I don't know. We've gotten to that point where I'm derailing. I'm talking about just whatever the hell instead of the show. What finger was this? Is this the middle finger? Just for the hell of it, can it be the middle finger? I grew up on Windows Vista. It low-key didn't suck too much if you had a decent PC. I skipped Vista entirely. I was on XP. My dad hated Vista so much that he didn't install it, and then by the time XP wasn't worth running anymore, then 7 came out, and 7 was the last good version of Windows. The middle finger should have been the one Steven stood on dramatically before revealing he was crying like a dork. That is entirely possible that this is what it was. It's a giant middle finger coming out of the ground. Let's see him on top of it. And then complain about the shadows that don't make any sense. Yeah, she's being flipped off. I think I like to imagine that this is the middle finger. I think that makes the scene so much funnier. There's an old GIF that I saw a while back. I'm going to post it on my fucking community tab, probably. Of the hand ship. It's an edit of the hand ship doing the middle finger instead of turning into a gun. Or instead of like dropping down onto the beach, it just flips off the gems. Do you have a gem Sona? No, I never got that into it. He has no face? Yeah, he's shadowed. Also, this lighting, I don't know why. If you zoom in, it's pixelated enough that this almost looks like a 3D model. I don't know why my brain is tricking me into seeing it as such. There's no time like the present. I don't think I'm gonna make a gem Sona either. I don't know. I'd rather spend if I'm gonna make characters, it's gonna either be for tabletop RPGs or for like other creative projects. Like writing projects. I've been working on a writing project. I haven't talked about it at all, and I don't think I will yet until I publish something. I only mentioned that I've been doing a writing project on fucking pencil and paper, which is kind of liberating. If I made gem characters, it would be for like a modified D&D or Pathfinder to have like a Steven Universe inspired like Pathfinder or D&D campaign. Though I'm slowing down on my current Pathfinder campaign. I think we're going to move to longer monthly sessions instead of weekly sessions. I think that would be a lot easier to like prepare sessions for. Wait, this image reminds me of the Dark Souls one. This guy. Hold on. I don't know why this is reminding me of this. I know this the Dark Souls 3 thing. Is this Dark Souls 3? I don't fucking know. This Dark Souls 3 wasn't out by when this episode came out. So this episode kind of predated that, but it's like reverse. Because Steven is smaller in the shot, and then you have the this guy. I forgot what the main character in Dark Souls 3 is called. Yorm the Giant. Is it Yorm? Is it Dark Souls 3? I don't know. I've made plenty of fan gems that are unrelated to myself. I feel like to be a Sona, it has to be meant as a representation of you. Yeah, it's like, that's just an original character, right? Instead of being like because a Sona it's based on persona, like that's not my persona because it's not based on me. Okay, she just has a normal. It looks long, but it's normal looking. Connie about to slay Godzilla Steven. Can someone draw that as the, like, Connie with her new sword, her bismuth sword, and then Godzilla Steven is the giant, the Dark Souls giant? I want to look at the crocodile a couple more times before I end the stream. The Connie arm length police are on the case. That's me. I'm the arm length police. The true ending of Future. Yeah, the true ending is Connie killing Steven. It's the bad ending, but it's the only true ending. I never seen a crocodile IRL, I don't think. Maybe at a museum or aquarium, but I've seen an alligator. I've seen a couple alligators in the wild. Took a trip to Florida. Do you know about the curved fences at Cape Canaveral, the Kennedy Space Center? They gotta have these fences that curve outward at the top because alligators are way better climbers than you would expect. And there have been alligators that fucking climb onto the launch pads. So they gotta have these special bent fences, these curved fences, so they don't fucking climb into the fucking launch area. That's true. That's real. I'll show a picture of the curved fences. There we go. Because these stupid fucking reptiles, they get up here and they're like, "Oh, I wanna go there. What's all that cool fucking pipes and shit over there?" So no, you gotta have the curved fences. Imagine being the guy at NASA that has to remove alligators from the launch pad. Yeah, I think that's why they did the fences instead of instead of having a guy, the fucking reptile wrangler. Space Gator. Yeah, did they ever launch how many reptiles have they launched into space? I would have to guess not very many, not compared to mammals. Anyway, chat room, it is about that time that I am gonna need some freaking food. Ooh. So I'm gonna probably end the stream pretty soon. Look at all these uncooked dishes. None of these got broken in the fucking in the explosion somehow. Also, Steven's own windows didn't get broken. They've only launched the Sneeple up there. Well, the Sneeple came from space. They don't need us fucking human. They don't need our human space launch platforms to get into space. They can just like fly with their fucking mind powers. Magic gem plates. These are made out of... These are recycled parts from the fucking... The hand ship. The green ones are recycled. Maybe. Alright. Chat. It's about that time. I'm gonna end it off pretty soon here. I'm gonna eat some food. Don't know what I'll eat. I'll make something. Maybe some bacon. I got bacon in my fridge. It's about that time. Okay, mister. Join the forum. If you're not part of the forum, go to forum.sourcemaster.net. I'm gonna just move that to sourcemaster.net at some point. Get rid of the forum subdomain. And then archive the blog somewhere. Alright. End screen. Yeah, I forgot I had the end screen. Oh man, I just got here. That always happens. There's always people who join right at the very end. Apologies, but I'm getting hungry. I gotta pause. I gotta stop the stream, and Joyride will be on Wednesday for the next episode. Joyride, unless you're on Patreon where you can already watch it. Bye, everybody. Join the Discord, join the forum. Okay, bye.